In part 1, we explained why we are using carry-on suitcases as our checked luggage, and we went over what Michelle packed for 8 months of slow travel through Europe.
In this video, we dive into what Joel packed for our trip, including photography and video equipment that we use to create content for our website and YouTube channel.
All right, so now it's time to go through all of my stuff. As you can see, mine's expanded because I just have to expand it. You'll see here in a second why. Okay, so now for my bag. As you can see, it was already expanded, which is nice because it gives you a little bit of extra room there. So in here, I'll start on this side. Again, you've already seen these. You got these pouches. I don't really keep a whole lot in here. I think mostly it's just like some extra masks, and I've got like some change, like some foreign currency and stuff. Not a whole lot going on in there. In this side, of course, we do have like an extra grocery bag that we had to purchase, so we just keep it with us. And then of course those extra bags that come with the base here. Again, I don't really use those that much, or at least haven't yet, but I take them with me because they don't weigh anything, and it's another container. So on this side, again, it's nice that this is compact, keeps everything in. I do use these little cube things that Michelle does. I have a different brand. I have this cheap brand. Mine don't compress, but they're nice to at least organize a little bit. But what I do with them is I roll things inside of them. So I use kind of both. I carry a couple hats with me, you know, something for like when we're hiking and things like that, or if the sun's out. Got to keep the old, thin spot, from getting too much sun on it. So that's what I have there. Again, I kind of roll stuff, but I don't really have a lot. I have just a sweater, like a lightweight, kind of like cashmere sweater, which is really nice. It makes it easy to layer with for if it gets cool out. Just a pair of joggers that I use. This is kind of like loungewear around the house. Also, if I want to go out, do a workout, or if I want to run or something like that, I can do that. I know I don't really run that much, but I could run. I also have a couple more long sleeve shirts. Again, sun protection, and of course, since we are in this kind of spring kind of stuff, is nice. This is nice because it's just a little Henley. You can just roll that up. So it kind of ends up being dual purpose. And then just another kind of long sleeve. And I can always wear these underneath like a sweater or something like that if it does get cold, or we go somewhere that's like kind of chilly or whatever. So layering is the key here for me. And then of course, just another like little V-neck. I have a couple of these. I've got this one, and I think I've got one or two I've got one more that's dirty, so you won't be able to see that one. Next up, I carry like big socks. These are like, these are huge socks. These are combat boot socks, and I don't wear combat boots, but
why'd you bring them?
Because they keep my legs warm. They come all the way up to your thighs, so that's why I like them. So this is like my run around the house kind of socks mostly, or if it gets cold, I got socks. But and then I do carry one pair of flip-flops or sandals, and this, once the weather turns out, this is pretty much all I'm wearing because I love flip-flops. I love living the flip-flop life. Other than that, I will just show you my other shoes. These are my regular everyday shoes. These are also really comfortable. They're, I don't know what they're, B52s, I think. We just picked these up here a few months ago because my previous ones finally wore out. And they've been really great, actually. I can get about 10,000 steps in a day before my feet start hurting a little bit. So I do have one other hat, just a little stocking cap. So And then they're dirty, as you can see. These are my,
dirty.
yeah, just my hiking shoes. They're kind of like cross runner hiking shoes, which I really like because they're super lightweight and they have extremely good grip, which comes in handy a lot. And then I just carry like an extra pair of socks for those, which are like short hiking socks that are wicking, of course, all moisture wicking stuff. Oh, and then just like extra medications. And then this little bag here is kind of like knickknacks. It's like all of the extra stuff that I carry with me. We don't have to use it very often, but I do bring a Sawyer water filter. And so kind of like the Life Straw, this one's great because it actually just attaches.
Oh yeah, it attaches to the faucet.
Yep, it just attaches to the faucet, and then you can like you can have, it's just different adapters and stuff, but you can attach it directly to the faucet like so, and then this end ends up just kind of, you can just pour it right into your container or whatever you're doing. So, I mean, it doesn't weigh that much. It's like maybe, I think altogether the whole kit is, I think I weighed it at like 6 or 7 ounces for everything with all of the tubes and everything. So it's a weight thing, but I'd rather have it in case, you know, we're in a place that doesn't, you know, has more suspect water. So just a backup. I like having backups for backups.
So. Military.
Yeah, it's probably military, ex-military stuff here going on. And then again, this is like some extra hiking stuff. It's just some repellent, a bandana, you know, head bandana, which has knots, all of your knots on it. So if you forget how to tie something, you can just look at your bandana. And then more knots. Apparently, I like knots. And then just like a little first aid booklet as well. And this is stuff I take really when we're out hiking or if we end up, you know, going to camping or something. So this is just this is from Tripped as well. It's just another dirty laundry bag. And the only other thing in here is just I have a hold your nose, babe. I do have a lightweight thermal that I use for when I like my hiking and stuff like that. And then other shirt. I do carry, on this trip I took this and I think I will replace this going forward with another lightweight zippy. This is more like a workout zippy, so, or hoodie.
Zippy.
It just,
zippy.
It gets like, I can't really wear it out as much because it gets like stuff on it. Stuff gets attracted to it. But other than that, I'll probably try to replace this on this trip, is replace this with more of a regular like zip up hoodie because it's very universal and real easy to, you know, especially if it's not like too warm out. I do have I don't know where I put my other jacket, but I have one lightweight jacket as well. That's just a super lightweight, like water resistant jacket that I've been using. And that's really the only jacket I have, that and this one. So again, I just have to layer up if I need to. And in here, I don't have a whole lot other than just a couple shirts. So I just carry like couple dressy things. So this is just a polo shirt. And then I carry a Hawaiian shirt, of course, short sleeve. Come on. I'd carry more of these if I could, but I have to keep it to a minimum. And then one long sleeve, kind of a little dressier or just nicer shirt, I should say. And then in here, I just carry this is just like some of my papers and stuff like that I use. On this side, as you can see, I've got more of these little sacks. This is just like underwear and things like that. And I just carry like your basic, you know, moisture wicking, you know, poly undies. These things dry really quick and super lightweight. So I think I have like 8 or 10 pair is what I actually carry because again, they don't weigh anything. And like Michelle said, if we happen to have to go without a washer for, over a week, then, if you're doing lots of travel or something like that, like in a row, then we're covered. I only have a couple pair of socks. And again, if I need more, I can buy them. You can get socks anywhere. So, this is basically just kind of like workout stuff. So I've just got some like workout gloves. Actually, these are sailing gloves, but they also work for workouts. Just one extra t-shirt for that. In case I hurt myself, which is very possible, I have a wrap for that. And then I also have like a little exercise band that I have to use for my shoulder, but that's another bag. Okay, we have like a little med kit here again, just like Benadryl, like things like that. Itch sticks in case you get bit by something. We've got those in there.
Band-aids.
Band-aids. Yeah, like all of your. I don't carry a lot of this stuff. Again, we just carry enough, like Zyrtec and ibuprofen, just all your basic little things that we can get through. Because again, if we get really sick and we have to get stuff, we can just go down to the pharmacy and pick up more. So, and then, yeah, the Band-Aids and things, itch sticks, just all your basic stuff there. Chapstick, just tweezers, things like that. And I also carry with me like a little eye mask in case we're in a place that you can't block the light out. This thing works fantastic. And then just always like a pair of earplugs as well. And that's helps me sleep. All right, next up is my hygiene kit. And mine doesn't hang because I made a mistake when I replaced this. I thought it was a hanging one and it wasn't, but it's okay. But in here, I'm not going to go through all of it really. I do carry a little speaker, a little Bluetooth speaker, and this thing's great because it's loud, it's good. I think it's a INSMY brand. I don't know. I'll put a link if I can find one. But I just use this for if we're just wanting some tunes and wherever we're at, all the good stuff. And then, just more medications and stuff like that. Toothbrush, razor, and just all the normal things. And finally, the rest of my stuff. In another one of these little cube things. There's the hood to my jacket, so now you know what color it is. I do carry a scarf. Again, these things are really great. It just helps keep the sun off your neck. I like the bigger ones because these things can so you can actually open it up and spread it out. So in case you're in a lot of sun or whatever, you can kind of, or desert environment, what have you, you can use it for multiple things, whether as a, to help kind of wrap it, to keep stuff out of your face and keep your neck warm, you name it. It is one of my favorite things. Also, I only carry a couple pair of pants. I've got the ones I'm wearing. I've got these, which are just your basic, kind of hiking pants kind of thing.
And those usually wear on the plane.
Yes, this is pretty much my travel day wear. As I usually wear this and then one of my longer sleeve shirts, especially if on a plane, I'll layer up with sweaters and jackets and things like that. I'll put this on and then I'll put this pullover hoodie because this thing's kind of heavy. So I'll usually travel with this on, on a plane or what have you. And then this is another good one. I've had this for a while, actually. And then my third pair of pants, which is just another pair of they're just like Banana Republic pants, but they're just basic traveler pants. And they've been pretty good. Nice and lightweight, stretchy, and somewhat dressy. Though I think I might be swapping one of these pairs out for an actual pair of jeans, because I just miss jeans. I haven't had a pair of jeans in a while, so. Anyway, I do have 2 pairs of shorts I carry with me. just a nice kind of neutral colored shorts there. And then these are just like my backup shorts, honestly. These are like super cheap shorts I bought in Puerto Rico. And I just keep them around because they're lightweight for summer. They're not like very fashionable. They're light. I do need some new ones. So on this trip, we're going to be replacing I will be replacing 1 or 2 pieces of clothing, but not adding to it, just replacing. And then I do carry 1 pair of swim trunks as well. And that is that. All right, so next I'll show you my carry-on stuff. Okay, so next up here is I've got my carry-on, and again, I'm a photographer, so I have a lot of photography gear as well. And so I carry this bag here. This is a Rad Pack 2.0, and I actually really like it a lot, as you'll see why, but I won't go into the whole bag other than just to show you that it's a carry-on sizing. You got your compression straps. You can really cinch it down just nice. It's kind of built more for like snow. I can't even say the word. Snowboarders, and that kind of thing. Because you can. This is for like putting your board on and stuff. But anyways, it's pretty good because you have access to. I can get access to like camera gear and stuff directly through here. And you have to unlock this to get to it, which makes it secure. And the only other way to get into it is by unzipping it. So let's take a look inside and see what it looks like. Okay, and it's a nice clamshell open, which is good. Let's bring that back that way. So I'm not gonna go through like every single piece of gear. If you're interested in that, leave a comment and maybe I'll do a video about it. But starting here, these little pockets are nice. This is our cable kit, so I keep all of my USBs, not all of them, but I keep the majority of our USBs and things like that. So we keep all the major cables and stuff in here, extra adapters and things like that. I also in here I keep, so this I make lenses, so here just one of my lenses, my wide lens. I carry an extra like little duffel bag thing. We get a lot of bags, come to think of it. Maybe we should probably
I was just thinking that.
Get rid of one.
I think we have maybe too many.
So the reason I carry this in my carry-on bag here is in case in case an airline wants to give me some trouble over being like overweight. Although I do my best to I organize this slightly differently when I'm actually traveling on a plane to make sure that try to keep the weight as close as possible. And that's why I keep this in here, so that if I have to pull something out, I can just throw a couple items in this bag, like the important stuff, and let them gate check the rest of it. But I also carry a couple extra hard drives in here. These are my only 2 regular hard drives that I use. Otherwise, everything I use is SSDs, because they're super lightweight. Because that was one thing I learned on the last trip, was I literally had a couple pounds, it was like 3 pounds worth of hard drives that I was carrying everywhere. And I don't like to check my hard drives, so that's all, it just eats up into your weight. Basically just some, camera cleaning supplies. In this bag, I just carry a couple other, again, this is kind of like YouTuber stuff, right? So I have I've got a couple lights in here, some batteries, so just a couple little lights in case we need them, and batteries is pretty much it. And then in here I have, what's nice is that I can carry some like sticky notes and things, like our office supplies. Again, you can buy these wherever you go. So we just carry like the minimum amount. Batteries, like all the batteries for the cameras, all of the charging aspects. Headlamp, if you're a photographer, you definitely want to bring a headlamp, especially if you're doing any kind of like night photography or any kind of landscape photography, dawn, dusk, you name it. It's gonna get dark. And so this is helpful to find your way back home or just to go through your gear, especially if you're going out in the middle of nowhere and trying to do it, So right now I'm carrying 2 cameras. I have just an A7 III, and then I have a couple lenses here, like in this kit with this, it's a full frame camera, so I have a 17-28 Tamron and a 28-75 Tamron as well. And then this one here is my, it's an 18-300 Tamron, and this is for APS-C, so it's basically for a cropped frame camera, which is what we're shooting on right now, which is my ZVE10, and it's a great little camera. I've been using it. It's honestly been my kind of my go-to camera lately, just because it's so much lighter than this bad boy. And then paired with this lens, it's been fantastic because I can get a really amazing zoom range. Basically the equivalent of 27 mils to about 450, all in one little compact lens. It doesn't weigh too much. So that's something I like. And then let's see here. On this side here, I just carry my tripod here that we're using. I'll try to put a picture of it in here. But it's a Siru lightweight travel tripod, and I think it's like 1.5 pounds or something. And there's a little bag that it comes with. Another bag. But that's for the tripod.
Yeah.
And then this is like my little strap for my camera. It just kind of goes over, and I attach my camera to it like so. And then when I'm walking around, it just kind of hangs down out of the way, which is nice. I can just bring it up when I want to grab a shot. So, and then my glasses, extra pair of glasses. And then another little cube thing here. And for this, I use just kind of like my assorted stuff. This is mostly my sound kit and my workout. That's what I went. My workout band. But I also carry sound. So we carry 2 types of sound for me. Again, I use these Rode mics. The little video mic Rodes is what we use. We have these. I have one kit that we're actually using right now. And then I have a backup kit because I lost one of them, which was bad. It was a fun time, but I lost it. Anyways, and then I do carry one other mic. This is like a dual, it's a DD Duo. So it's got like a mic on the front and a mic on the back. So it's a good little one if you're interested in, if you're looking at a...
You will get lots of looks though with that.
Yeah, so these...
People will come up and ask you, like, what is that?
You're trying to be inconspicuous. You don't want to have a big furry mic on. These are called dead kittens, and they basically take wind noise and reduce it down to basically nothing, where you don't notice the wind noise. So that's why you see people having these on their cameras. But you also draw attention. So if you're trying to be more like inconspicuous, like you're not trying to draw a lot of attention to yourself, this is probably not the best idea, which is why we use the wireless mics, because they're a lot easier to hide. You can just like put them somewhere, you get really good audio, and you're not gonna draw a lot of attention to yourself. So there's a YouTuber tip for you. And then again, I also have some lavalier mics as well. And these, I used to do professional sound as well when so I have some nice lav mics. These are COS 11Ds, I think. Yeah, anyways, I'll put it on the screen or in the list below. You probably won't be buying these because these are like $300 a piece. And then just more sound accessories. These are like little straps to help hold the mic underneath, which you probably don't need because you're traveling. So we'll get into that part of it. Oh, so adapter wise, I do have this adapter. So I have this is a Septix, and this is a pretty compact adapter. Basically, there's your European plug. So US to European, and then if you're gonna go to the UK, you got your UK plug, and this is great because this adapter here will adapt European, American, whatever style, all in one to the UK. And then of course you have the other way around, so UK to US. So it's pretty good. It covers all your bases. And we carry that in conjunction with this other little guy. And it's just your regular little travel adapter that covers all of the same things. So yeah, so I carry just one of these as a backup. Again, it does all of the same adapters. We can adapt to the EU, you just switch it, Europe, here's UK, you know, all that stuff. So wherever you are. I only carry one of these and then this other kit that I showed you, and that pretty much gets us everywhere we need to go, because we can always buy like small adapters when you go somewhere. And with that, we do have a couple of the European ones for US to European. And these are, the reason I carry these is because this trip is Europe.
Yeah.
So it's
They're just really convenient.
Yeah, and it's
Small.
easy, they're lightweight.
Yeah.
And I carry a couple of them because I find it hard sometimes to, like, if you have, she's working on her laptop or she's got to like use her hair dryer or something like that. It's nice to have a few of those, and instead of trying to carry a bunch of these big heavy things around. But having said that, the way I work it is I have this little outlet extension cord here, and this thing is awesome. This is dual voltage, so it's meant for US and basically worldwide. So you can do 60 Hertz or 50 Hertz and 120, 125 or up to 250 volt, which is great. So what I do with this is I literally just plug it in, and I got my adapter, and now I have a cord already built in. I've got 2 full plugs, and it has 2 additional, so 4 plugs plus 3 USBs, all in one go. And all it takes is one little adapter, and I use this for my kit, for my editing kit, and I'm charging batteries and everything, because I don't have to have like multiple adapters. I don't have to have multiple of these. So I highly recommend doing something like this, and it's not very heavy either. It's pretty lightweight. I think it's, I can't remember exactly, like 6 ounces? Less than 6 ounces.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot better, because there's the other kits that you can get that are like the big blocks, and they have everything, and they have all the additional little pieces that come with it. And that's just too, I don't know, I don't like that. So this is what works for us. In here I have just like extra things like little, you know, tripod stands and things for like GoPros, GoPro clips, like a little suction mount, other GoPro parts mostly. And that goes for my GoPro, which is actually in this other bag, which we'll get to in a minute. And then also my drone as well. So, and we have like a little Mavic 2, Mavic Mini 2, I guess that's called. And this little guy here. And it has like the extra batteries and stuff, which end up weighing a lot. So and it's remote as well. So that covers this bag. And I'll finally get to final bag right here. And then this is one I've had. This is my personal item, and it fits on most planes. Like if you're flying Austrian Air or something like that, they might make you check this, gate check it, which is fine, because I'll only put things, you know, in it if I need to. Or if that's the case, I'll swap things around, rearrange everything. Because it's like 9 inches, and I think theirs is like 4 inches. But for everything else, even like Ryanair and stuff like this, this thing will work. So in here, it has a couple different pockets. I just keep some basic things, like my SD cards and things like that, some pins, some Tums and things in case you're traveling and you need, you know, that. I keep a little travel journal as well, which we find really useful. Some extra masks, my media pass, and then inside, and again, this is just what I have in here right now. I always pack it accordingly to what we're doing. Right now I have my gimbal in here, and then just like my power supply for my computer and my mouse. So, which is heavy. We'll get into that in just a second. That's next, actually. This massive computer I carry around. I'll show you that. And then this is the beast that I take with me. But again, I do a lot of editing, photography, video, all that kind of thing. So I have to carry basically a workstation with me. And this thing is like crazy heavy. It's like 6 pounds by itself, plus the power supply. So it ends up being like almost 8 pounds altogether, which definitely eats into my carry-on weight. So we have a different strategy when we do that, but we won't get into that. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, this thing is a bad mojo. Bad mofo.
Bad mojo.
Bad mofo. But this thing also opens up, which is nice too, and then I can carry drives in here as well. And then this is where I basically just carry like all my SSD drives, which again, super lightweight, which is pretty sweet. And then just like any other like adapters and stuff like that I use for my, I'll show you here. You know, just like your USB-C splitter adapters, and then this guy. There's a backup hard drive, and then this too. Also, I find very helpful, which is just a USB right angle, so that when it plugs into my computer, I can get this out of the way, so it's not like messing up my mouse area. But anyway, and then the last thing, which is what everybody needs to have. And see, this has like one of those USB plugs on the outside, which is where I plug it into right here. So my USB power adapter, which is pretty sweet. This thing is invaluable for everything. Obviously charging things up as you're traveling, but also for even like a camera. Like I can plug this into my camera and give it basically an endless power supply, or a very big, and increase the battery size a long time, which is fantastic. I keep a couple other cables here, just the go-to stuff, basic charging, like the main ones like a USB-C and things like that. And then when I travel, I also keep, usually I'll keep my extra batteries and stuff like that, like extra GoPro batteries. I got some wireless headphones and wired headphones that I keep with me. Mostly I actually just edit with these. I used to edit with my big, huge Sennheisers, my Pro ones that are noise canceling, and they're fantastic. I used to use them on set for audio, but they're really big and bulky. So I've just found that just regular headphones work actually pretty darn good, especially if you get the kind that like really get in your ear. They act basically the same as noise canceling, and you get more than good enough audio for YouTube videos. And then finally, I have my little GoPro. This is a Hero 10, and it has the little audio kit on it too. So if I'm walking around, really stealth mode, we've got this, and it's also, just throw it in the pocket. It's nice and easy. And with the audio thing, I can actually put one of my other audio adapters on here, or even my little wireless mic too, and plug that back in there. Or just use the built-in, which is nice. So that's pretty much it. And then of course, lots of little lens cloths. That's it, that's us. That is what we carry for 8 months plus of travel.
That's a lot.
It is a lot of stuff. But remember, this is also pretty much this is what we carry a lot. We live with all this stuff. So it could be a lot more, and it was a lot more. And honestly, I could probably figure out a way to like reduce even my electronics kit down a little bit. In fact, I have an iPad as well, which I forgot to mention that I have it over here. We used to carry like Fires and things like that, Amazon Fires and tablets and stuff like that. And we actually just got rid of all that because we really don't use it that much. Mm-hmm. So, and it's just more weight to carry around and something you're concerned about being broken. Mm-hmm. So, we've been just trying to slowly minimize down on the things that we can and go from there. Yeah. So I hope that this helped you guys. If you're trying to travel for a really long time, then maybe you glean some tips from this, and we could even probably go a lot less. If I didn't carry all the gear, if I was just doing like just YouTube or something like that, then I would only need one camera, one lens probably, and we wouldn't need all this other stuff. But I do stills, I do stock photography, and I do other things. So
Once a photographer, always a photographer.
I can't undo it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I think we've done pretty good for us on this trip. Like we said, this is an 8-month trip that we're on. So far we've been really happy with our setup. Like moving day hasn't been like dread now. It's been easy.
Yeah, I mean, we just moved yesterday.
Yeah.
Into we're at in this place.
Yeah.
And it was super easy.
We just hopped on the train.
Yep.
We got our bags on super easy onto the train. I wasn't like worried about like, getting it up on the tree.
Pulling your shoulder out or something.
Yeah, like I can manage my suitcase just fine by myself. Whereas before, like Joel was having to like get the suitcase on and then help me on with my stuff. So this way it's just so much easier. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Do we miss anything? Did we overpack? Do we still have too much stuff? Let us know. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Again, there will be a list in the description with most of the items, but we'll also have an article on our website, wanderinghartz.com, where you can actually see pretty much everything in here and basically all the same stuff and some tips as well. So there'll be a link in the description to that as well. Make it a little easier for you. But thanks so much. Leave some comments, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Happy wandering.
Happy wandering.